Well, Michael, this is funny because we go from talking about open world live service games to, well, we will not have them. I do not believe in them. Said Hazelight founder Josef Fares on live service games. David Caricasoli over at PSU. EA's chief executive officer, Andrew Wilson, is getting a lot of flack for suggesting that Dragon Age the Veilguard missed its sales target because it lacked live service elements. Go away, man. That's a single player game. Get out of here. From Wilson's perspective, that being the perspective of someone who is far more interested in the game meeting its financial goals than it being a critical success or even good, really, live service is an easy fallback for how games make money. The most financially successful games in the industry today are live service games. I get where he's coming from, but dude, it has to fit the game. Because of this, of course, that doesn't mean they are right for every game and that every studio should be making live service games. One studio that you can bet won't be making a live service game is Josef Fares studio Hazelight. Hazelight's next game, Split Fiction, is due out at the beginning of next month, and in a recent interview with Eurogamer, Fares said he did not mince words. Dude, he has a way with words that he gets right to the point. Quote, "We will not have them. I do not believe in them. I think live service is not the right way to go. I hope more and more developers focus on their passion and what they believe in. And at the end of the day, we see clearly that Hazelight is living proof that when you trust in your vision and go with it, you can still reach a big audience. That's what I want people to focus on." Their last game hit 23 million sales. Dude, Josef Fares has something in the bank. They have a unique approach because what they focus on is co-op. Dude, couch co-op gaming. Nobody else does it. Split Fiction, you and I both hyped for it. I know Steve is looking forward to getting into it as well. March 6th, just around the corner now, it feels like at this point. So we're not that far off from actually getting the game. Michael, you can't bank everything on live service. Andrew Wilson getting flack for a good reason. Dragon Age the Veilguard? Dude, that does not need a live service element.
No, I mean, we talked about it with Ubisoft earlier, right? Like, the problem is, yes, live service games make the most money. But how many live service games do you have to throw out and absolutely whiff before you hit the live service game that makes money? I mean, Concord, great example, right? Thought that was going to be a huge success. Don't know if it even made a single dime, honestly. So it's one of those things where the problem is, if you're a company, you're like, all right, we want to make some money. We're going to go live service game. You might have to go through 5, 10, 15 live service games where you find one that hits with the community. Whereas you said with Fares, they seem to be nailing this. I think Split Fiction is going to be an absolute hit as well. It's one of those where when a game becomes successful, it becomes successful not because it's live service, it's because the game was well designed, and if it was live service, you're going to make a little bit more money. And I think that's kind of what Fares is sitting on, right? Make something you're passionate about. If it falls into one of those genres that's easy to make live service, I think that's fine, right? The problem is when you make everything live service. How would you even have made Dragon Age the Veilguard a live service game? Like, how would you have done that so it doesn't just feel like a forced cash grab at this point? And it's from EA, so I understand, because everything they do is a forced cash grab, Drew. That, I think, is the problem, right? Make a game that's good and can have live service elements in it, fine. Make it a live service game and trying to make it good, you'll probably fail, and that's what we saw a lot last year, was live service game failing and failing and failing.
Yeah, I feel like live service games are a dime a dozen. They're just everywhere, right? And then, you know what it does? It makes you pick which one you want to hone in on. And if I'm already invested, like I am with Siege, like I talk about all the time, that's my go-to service, right? That's one I go into on a daily basis. How do you pull me into something else? When the first Ascendant dropped, dude, I was all in. That relies on playing with buddies, right? Like there is a group element to that one. So I want to get in there with my friends to play that. But then at the end of the day, we've all bounced out of it. That game's still going. I just saw Season 2 drop. But it's like, how many can you whittle down to? Like Destiny's still going. That's another one people jump into all the time. But you can only have so many live service games as a gamer on the go at once because they're exhausting, dude. They demand a lot of time, right? You need to go in, okay, there's my challenges. Let's go get those, and let's go grind those out. All right, now I got to bounce over to this game and get I remember when we were into Red Dead Online, for example, when you chimed in, you did a daily challenge and you got gold, okay? So you gain gold that way. But you could get gold every day for 28 days, mind you, it was limited, but you could stack it. So you get a multiplier if you come in every single day. So like That dude, I was there. I was on a streak for the longest time, making sure because getting gold was tedious, to say the least. But it's one of those, man, you can only have in so many places because it takes up so much time. I would bounce in, get one challenge done out of like 15 so I can keep my streak alive and then bounce out. It just depends on what everybody else is doing. If you force that in, dude, we've seen what happens with Battlefront. This is not a good plan. Andrew Wilson needs to rethink. Dragon Age is not the cause of not having live service. That was not the problem there. So, yeah, weird statement to have, but I'm so happy we have a Josef Fares within the industry to say, hey, it's not necessary.